Okay, so we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Beginner's Guide to Mobile App Development with Flutter, uh, taken by Rishu Kumar. And today is an exciting day because yesterday we have completed the all the basics of Flutter, the installation part and the basic design, basic code review, and the Android Studio setup. But today we will be developing various applications. A number of applications we will develop today using Flutter, and we will wait a few minutes for people to join, and then we will start. Rishu, after 1 minute, you can start.
Okay. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, Rishu, start.
Okay, so hello and good evening, everyone. I am Rishu, and just to start our today's session. So today we are going to talk about how we can develop apps on Flutter. So yesterday we have done the introduction as well as installation part of both the macOS as well as Windows system. So do not wasting time. Let's get started. And at first, so we have to install VS Code. So what is VS Code? VS Code is an editor that is used to do the Flutter development. To install VS Code, you can head over to the website that is code.visualstudio.com, and then you can also search install VS Code, and it will give us you the website for installing. Then after it will automatically detect the operating system you are working on. So I am just using Mac, so it will give the installation download button of download for Mac. If you are using Windows, then you can get the button that says download for Windows. So I will just click on this button, and it will start downloading VS Code on my system. So it is just of 90 MB. So I will not download it again. So because I have downloaded it again on my system. Now, if you have downloaded it, you will get a file in Windows. You will get exe file in Mac. You will get a DMG file. So you have to just double click on that, and then it will automatically download or install a VS Code on your system. You have to click on few next button, and then you are good to go. So if you have downloaded VS Code, then you can just open VS Code by in Mac you can just use Spotlight for that, and in Windows you can simply search your application, and you can just click on double click on that, and it will open the VS Code for you. So this is the interface that you will get when you install VS Code for the first time. And for do Flutter development, we have to install a few plugins that will help us to do the development. So the first plugin is itself Flutter. So you have to search on to install plugins. You have to get over this icon that is here that says extensions, and there comes the search box where you have to type simply Flutter, and it will give you, us the plugins to install Flutter. So just click on this, and you have to click on this install button. I have already installed, so it's asking me to there's two options available there, and that is disable as well as uninstall. So if you are not installed it, then you will get an installation button there, and if you click on install, then it will automatically download Dart plugins as well. So if not, you can also search here manually. So search for the Dart plugins, and these are the same similar ways of how you can install plugins as we have done in the Android Studio as well. So search for the Dart plugin, and there you will get the installation button. Now, I generally use some other plugins, and these are the optional plugins that basically help me in my development process. So I have installed a plugin that is called Awesome Flutter Snippets. So this is basically a plugin that has a shortcut that will create widgets for you, and we'll see how it works. So this is just optional. It is not just a recommended thing, but you can also download this. Now we have also another plugin that is bracket pair colorizer, and it's basically colorize your brackets, and you can easily identify them. So it is also a very good option. You can also download this. Then we have image preview plugin there, and it's also a very good plugin. It will basically show us the preview of our image if we are included in our project. Then also there's a plugin that is called material icon theme, and it basically add the theme to your icons in your app, that is the folders of your app, and it looks very nice to me. So these are the same various plugins that I generally use for my Flutter development. There are many more plugins available there. You can check here, that is in that plugin section. So the two plugins are recommended, that is Flutter and Dart. The other two are optional. So make your choices. And if you have installed the plugin, then you have to restart your VS Code, and then you are good to go. So we have yesterday we have done that how we can create our Flutter project in Android Studio. Today we will go through the creating project, how we can create project through command line. So let's head over to our terminal and open our terminal. So at first, you can open your command prompt in Windows, and in Mac, you can open terminal as well. And here we will learn how we can create our Flutter project. So, why do- okay, so you got your terminal open, then you have to choose your desired location where you want to save your project. So I will go to the my desktop section. So I will cd to my desktop, and in desktop I will save my project. So cd basically means a change directory, and this also works in command prompt. So you can also use this command wherever you want to save your project. Just cd over that. Then after I will write a Flutter command, that is Flutter and create and the name of your app. So this is the command that will create the Flutter project for you. That is Flutter create and the name of your app. The name of my app, that is the first app of the session, is just a image app, and the naming convention is basically the small letters. And if you want to separate the two words, you can two words, then you can use the underscores for that. So just use this command, that is Flutter create and the name of your app, and click enter. It will create the project for you. So just wait for the few seconds, and then it can work. So this is it. for creating a project in command prompt or terminal. So these are the files that created whenever you create a project. There are large number of files. Some are of the iOS files, some are for the Android files, as you can see. So it will create all the files for you, and if done, it will just okay. Okay, so we got our project created, and to open this file, we will open with this with our command prompt as well. So to open this, just cd over to the creator project, that is our image app, and if in cd, then you can use a command that is code dot, and it will basically opens all the folder in that image app, that is our Flutter project. And if this command not work in your project, then you can also navigate to this file here and just click on this open button, and navigate your folders where your project resides, and then you can also open in this way. So both ways are preferred. I will use this way. So I will just write code and dot and just click enter. So it will open me a new window of VS Code, and that has all the files of my folder. So this is my newly created folder here. So this is the way also that you can create your Flutter project. You can use Android Studio for that creating Flutter project. You can also create via command prompt as well as terminal there. Okay, so these are the same files that we got when we created our Flutter project in Android Studio. So nothing changed in here. I've also overviewed about what this project do. So we will go to the library folder where our main app resides. That is main.dart, where our all Dart code exist. Now, yesterday we have do our installation and of Android emulator and see how Android emulator work. Due to some technical reasons, our iOS simulator does not work yesterday. So I will use Android iOS simulator today and see how it works. To open an iOS simulator, you have there's different ways of doing that. So you can also do this by searching here. That is a simulator, and it will open the iOS simulator for you. Or you can just go to this run button that is over the menu section, and there is two option. We can debug our code by clicking on the start debugging, and there is an option that is we can run without debugging. So we'll go with the without debugging, because we do not want to debug our code now. So click on this without debug menu, and you will prompted for the device you want to run on. So I will get iOS simulator as well as the Android emulators, the two Android emulators that yesterday we have created the Pixel 2 Android emulator, and the Pixel 3 was previously created that I uses from very long time. So you can just choose your device. In Windows, you will not get iOS simulator option. You will get only the Android emulators. So this is the restriction applied by Apple. Flutter cannot do that anything in this. So I will choose my iOS simulator and click on this. It will boot up my iOS simulator for me. So just wait for that. So it will do all the stuffs there, that is compiling our code and converting into that iOS file as well. So let me uh, close this pane. And okay, so we got our a few buttons here that will be helpful to us when we do our Flutter development. So this one is basically used to pause the running application, and these three buttons are used for the debugging, and then this button is used for the hot restarting your app. This button is used to close the running app, and this button is used for the Dart dev tools that we will use and just when we create our second app. So just wait for that. Till then it is running. This app is basically going to show the two different types of image. The first type of image is our network image, and the second type of image is our asset image. So let us give us a quick overview about how our image app is being constructed. So for this, we will use to create an image app. So basically, we want to display an image on our screen of our smartphone. So I will create a material app first that we have seen earlier. Then after, I will create a scaffold. Then we will create an stateless visit. Then after, we will use container to display our image, that is to size our image. Then after, we will use image class, that will help us to use asset image as well as network image on our app. So this is basically the visit structure that we are going to follow, or that we are going to create to basically create our first image app. So I think, okay, it is taking time. Not a problem. Let me search for the image for our app. So let me confirm something. Is everything going fine, sir? Hello.
Yes, Ishu, it's perfect.
Okay. So let me search for an image that is hosted on internet somewhere. So the image, let me search for the, let's say, 4K image. Okay. There is a very beautiful website that is called pixels.com, and basically I generally use this for my wallpapers there. So let me go for an image here. So okay, let's go for this image. Okay, so I will click right button here, and I will open this image in my new tab, and just copy this entire URL that is used to display this image. So I will copy this entire URL, and it is still running. Wow. Okay. Uh, do your steps as well. Till then it is running. Let's do some more stuff there. So I have to not waste our time today. So just close this. Also close this. And now, so let's get head back to our Flutter website that we are using yesterday for installing our Flutter SDK. So today we are going to this doc section here and see what are the various things that comes with our Flutter website. Let me check it again. It's work done. Okay, so we have built our Xcode. This is the same error that we have called yesterday. Okay, not a problem. We will run this app in our Xcode and see what is happening there. So let's reveal in Finder. Open it and open your basically this is the way you so that you can open your iOS folder in the Xcode. Just navigate to iOS folder, then click on this runner.xcproject.com, and it will open the project for on your Xcode. So our Xcode is opening, and okay, I will select my that device again, that is 11. Go to this runner folder there. So what I am doing is basically related to iOS development, and for those who do not know, I basically added my team here. That is my developer ID of Apple, and then doing the steps that will create that will build our app. So I'm just launching my device in my Xcode. So we got our first app, and I have just do the all this development in my Xcode. So let me see how it works, and then I will install it via VS Code. Just launch, just launch. Okay, so this is the default app that gets created, and as you can see in our iOS folder, we have just navigated to our iOS folder, and there's a runner.exe project.com, sorry, .exe project that we can open in Xcode also, and also works in Xcode. So we do not need Xcode, and I think it should work for me when I build this in my VS Code also. So okay, so let me run this again. Okay, till then it is running. Let's head back to our Flutter website and learn something new. So I want to point out that Flutter is a very well documented open source SDK, and you can get each and every code of Flutter, how each class is created or how each class work. And so you can just click on this Flutter documentation, and this is basically the visit catalog. If you click on this, we will get a wide variety of visits available in Flutter. So we can see that for animation and motion, we can use this type of visits. So, or let's click on this. So for animation and all the stuffs, we can use all the developed image, all the developed animation visits in Flutter. So we are going to use an image in our app. So let's head to the image and asset sections. So here we have a section that says that manage assets, display image, and show icons on your app. So we can just click on this image section here. So we can click on this image section here, and it also have a small video on YouTube, so you can also watch this. And also we have ways of constructing our image in our app. So as you can see, it's very well documented, and it has various properties that we can use asset image here, we can use file image here, we can use image from our memory, or we can use network image here. So we'll see how it works. Why it is taking such time? Finally, we get our iOS simulator up and running, and let me see how it looks. So as you guys can able to see that this is basically our default app, and that's created every time we create the first Flutter project. So this is basically the counter app, and if we click on this plus button, it will increase the counter for us. Okay, so let's get rid of this all code. We do not need this, and let's import our material.dart here, file. Then after, we will create our main method here. In the main method, we will create our run app method. In the run app, we will create our my app visit. After that, I will create a stateless visit here. And in the stateless visit, my stateless visit is my app visit. In that my app visit, I will create a material app visit. So in the build method of that my app visit, I will create a material visit. Okay. In that, we will add the title to our app. So the title is going to be, let's say, image app. After that, we will use our home visit property of material app and add some scaffold to it. Scaffold have properties, that is app bar, and we'll create an app bar here. In the app bar, we will add title, and the title of our app is just an image app. So title want an visit, so you can just hover over this visit and see what is this visit basically means. So we will get a quick doc about what is this visit want. Also it want a visit, so this title want, so it want a visit, and generally for this type of title we use text visit. And you can also check this documentation if you want, and it says how this title work. Okay, so we'll add a text visit here, and the name of our app that will get displayed on app bar is just image app. So we got our app, and just click on this hot restart button, and it will render our newly created app, that is this few lines of code that we have written. So we got our app up and running, and let me let's say let me remove this debug banner here. I generally do not like this, so I will set it to false, and how to reload our app. So we got rid of our debug banner. Now the main part is that in the body of the scaffold, we will display our image. So I am using a container to display my image, or you can also use it if you want. You can also do not use it. So let's say we use a container there, and in that container, that in the child property of that container, I will use a image class, that is image. Then in the image class, there is image property there. So I will tap into that, and it will ask me to provide an image provider class. So just click on this, hover over this that image property, and you will get that this want a image provider class. So we'll provide the image providers. So let's go for first for the network image, and in the network image we have to add the URL of this network image, that is the URL of that network image. And if you want to see that how it works, you can just hover over this, and it will give a quick doc about what this want. So this want a URL that is hosted over internet. Okay, so we got our URL here, and we'll just copy this URL and paste it here and save our file. Okay, so you guys can see the image on our app, and it looks very um, cool to me. And this is the way you can use network image on your app. So let me add some margin to my decoration to my container, and the margin I'm going to use is inserts dot all. So I want the margin from all my image, for all the sides of my image. So I will go with the margin that is 20.0 pixels. Save our file, and you got the margin on our container. Okay, so this is for our network image. So let's wrap this container into a center visit so that our image get displayed in the center of our app. For this, you have to just click on this, but this container visit, and there comes a light bulb there. You have to click on that light bulb, and it basically gives an option of so we can wrap our this container with center visit. We can wrap this container with our column visit. So I will wrap this container with our center visit and just hot reload. So hot reload, we have talked about this, and to trigger hot reload, you can just save your file. It will also trigger the hot reload for you. And to hot restart your app, that is want to start your app from cold, you can just click on this button, and it will hot restart for you. Okay, so save our file, and as you can see, our image get displayed in the center of our app. So this is the way of using image in your app. Now, as you can see, we have written 3 lines of code that display our image. Now, there is easy way of doing that. We can also do that. So let me comment this part. And in the child property of a container, I can also use this type of visit. So I can use the image visit also. And in that image visit, we can go for the dot operator. And in that dot operator, we'll get an option of accessing the asset image as well as file image, memory image, and network image. So we will go with the network image that we have already using, and then we have to provide the source for this network image. So I will provide this source again. So I have just copied it and save your file. So this is also the way of using network image, and this line will from this line we have written only 2 lines of code instead of this 3 lines of code, and this is basically the um, scalability provided by that image class. So you can also use that. Okay, so we have used our network image. Let me comment this all again, and now we will use asset image. So we have commented the child property of container, and now create a new child. To add comments to your Dart code, you can simply use forward classes, or you can select the files that you want to comment and then click on the command as well, command with forward slash, or in Windows you can use control with forward slash. Okay, so we will add some child to our a new child to our container, and this time I will go with the image dot asset. Okay, so now we have to add an asset to our file. To asset image is basically the images, or asset is basically the folders or the files that resides in our project structure. So to add an asset, you can just open your project, and in that project, we will create a folder here that is contain all the images that we want to display. So I will create a images folder here, and to create an folder here, you can click on this button and it will prompt you the name of the folder. Just write the name, and then you will got the image there. Okay, so I have added the image folder here, and in the perspect.yaml file I have to assign so at first let me add some image to our images folder. For this I will go to my download folder, and I have downloaded image there, so I will paste it here. So just drag and drop your folder you want to display to that your newly created folder. So I have created a beam image there, that is chota beam. Okay, so let's add this image to our perspect.yaml file and say our project that we are going to use it. So for this, there's a section here that says to add assets to your application, add asset like this. So we'll uncomment this, and for uncommenting, you can use this same command that is used to comment the files. That is command forward slash, and in Windows you can use command control forward slash. Okay, so uncomment this, and we have to assign the path to our image. So the path to our image is images folder over here, then the name of your image. So the name of image, the mine image is bhwm and dot jpg. Okay, so this is the image, and you can see here by using the plugins that we are using, image preview plugin, you can see the preview of your image. If you are guys not using that plugin, then you cannot get that preview. So this basically helps us that some all gone well in your including the path. Okay, so just save your file, and to use that is to save the file you can use command s. Also there is a button here that will include all the dependencies. So this is download button, and you can click on this button to get all the dependencies in the perspect.yaml file. Also there's a command here that you can also use, and the command is flutter packages.get. So flutter packages get. So this is the command that is used to get all the dependencies that we have added in our perspect.yaml file. So flutter packages.get, and this will do all the stuff that we have done. So there are 3 ways of doing that. You have to click on this button, or write this command, or just save your file. um, all can be done. Okay, so we have added the assets to our file. Now assign the path to our image. So our image resides in the images folder slash the name of our image, that is bhwm dot jpg. Save your file. Okay, so we got our image, that is our local image that we have put it here displayed on the screen. And in this way we have just completed our simple image app that is used to display the image we want. So we have used our network image, as well as we have used our asset image, and we have seen how we can add assets to our folder, how we can use local images that is resides in our folder. So this is the way of doing that, and you can do the either way. So we have just completed this app, and I will close this running process. You can also create this by your own. So let me give you a quick overview of what we have done here. So at first, we have included our material.dart file, then after created your main folder. And one thing here I want to add that for the main folders, and for the there is a single line of code that is used in Dart, that is fat arrow symbol. So fat arrow basically removes this lines of code. So instead of using this curly braces, is this one and this one, or the return statement, we can use fat arrow. So what are the fat arrow? It basically comes from JavaScript, I think so. It was first used in JavaScript, and just Dart adopted that feature. So we have to this equal sign and this arrow sign. So this arrow sign basically removes. So instead of using this curly braces and the return line, that is return statement, we can use this line. So instead of writing this all code, we can write this fat arrow, and this will also work for us. So I will use fat arrow from now because it's just a simple way of doing this. Okay, so fat arrow is used, and one thing I want to point out that if you are using fat arrow, you can add only a one line of code after that, and you cannot add. Let's say you cannot add something here, so it will not work. You have to add only one line of code. If you have different, if you have more than one line of code, then you can use that earlier symbol, that is curly braces and the return statement if you want. So if you are using fat arrow, you can add only one line of code after that. Okay. So let's save our file, and nothing changes here because we have not um, changed our code. So we have just included our material.dart file, then after we have added our main method, then after we have created a maya visit, that is a stateless visit. And one thing I want to point out, that what are the stateless visit? There are two different major visits in our Flutter. First one is a stateless, and second one is stateful. So we'll talk about a stateful visit when we build our music app. So, what are the stateless visit? Stateless visit are basically used to add a simple state to our app. So, let's say this image is here, and this will be always the here. We cannot change that state. So, if there nothing changes in your app, you can use a stateless visit for that. And in simple words, if something will change in your app, you can use a stateful visit for you. So, let's say if you want to uh, have some functionality that if you click on this button, something will change. So let's say if let's say in our app there is a button over here, and if we click on this button, the the image of this beam gets converted into the image of that, let's say another cartoon character or another image. So for that we can use a stateless visit. In that case we cannot use a stateless visit here. Okay, so we have just added Maya visit, that is our self-created visit. Then after we have just created a stateless visit, and that has a build method. And in the build method, we'll return our material app. And in the material app, we have added title as well as home. And in the home, we have used a scaffold visit that is used to lay the app bar as well as the body of your app. And in the body we have just added a center visit, and in the center visit we have added the container there, and we have added the some spacing that is that can easily identified on the screen by using the margin property here, and assign all the margin from 20.0. Then we have used the network image, and we have seen that we can also use image class and the constructor this like this, that is image.network as well as image.asset. So finally, we have completed our app. Uh, that something look like this. So let me close this and head back to our slides and see what next we are going to build. Okay, so let me close this again. Also, let's close this and let's head back to our slides. Okay, so we have just completed our image app, and let me confirm something. Is everything going fine, sir?
Yes,
Hello.
everything's
Okay,
hello.
so let's change. Hello,
Okay,
hello.
okay, you can continue.
Okay, so the next app of today's session is a business card app. Now, this is also a simple app because we are just starting our Flutter development, and we do not want to we do not want to see you some stuff that you do not able to understand. So this business card will uh, teach us how we can add layouts in our app, and basically clears all the fundamentals of layout. Then after, in this app we will use column visit. In this app we will use circular avatar visit and custom font. How we In this app we will learn how we can use custom fonts that is not the default fonts, and some font that comes from internet. So how we can add custom fonts to our app. Then we will see how the sized box visit can be used. Then after we'll learn how the padding visit work, and at last we'll add some card to our app. So let's start our app and let's create a new Flutter project. So I do not need this. I will close this, also this. Okay, so let's start terminal again and create a new app for this session. So I will just cd into desktop. Okay, so now let me show you some new way of creating Flutter project. So we have seen how we can do this with Android Studio. We have seen how we can do this with command prompt or terminal. Now let me add something new flavor to it. So the first thing that we are going to do, so we have just open our VS Code here, and in VS Code we'll do use a shortcut. And shortcut is basically command shift and P. It will open the prompt for you, and in Windows you can use control shift and P this to open this like window. And here we can also create a Flutter project through VS Code. So we can use to prompt this window, we have to click a control shift and P. So do this. Then after we'll get an option to create a Flutter project. So you have to write Flutter here, and an option comes that says Flutter new project. So we have to click on this. Then after, we have to name our project. So this is we are going to create business app, so business card app. So I will use this. So add the app name. Then after, click enter, and it will create a Flutter project for you. No, it will first ask you where you want to save your project. So I want to save my project again to my desktop. So I will select my desktop folder, and then click on this select folder to create the project in. And it will create all the projects for all the files that is used in Flutter. And these are also the same files that are being created with Android Studio, as well as command prompt, as well as this command. So there are three different generally ways that I prefer to create Flutter project for me. So till then it is running. Let me have some water. Okay, so let's head back to our Flutter website. And today we are not going to waste a single second. Okay, so let's head back to our Flutter website and see what are the possibilities we can do with Flutter. Okay, so we have came to this page that is visit catalog, and you can head over to this page by using by clicking this doc section here. And we can see here there's a several types of visits there we can learn through. So we have Cupertino icon style visits, and these are basically the icons or the visits that is iOS based visits. And basically in Flutter, this we have using a material app visits. So we have, if you want something that looks like an iOS app, so we have to use this type of visits. So that is Cupertino iOS style visits. So we have the option for that. And there's a wide variety of features. If you are using Flutter, you will get a visit for everything you want. And if not, you can create your own visits also. So this is the flexibility of Flutter and the open source SDK. Okay, I think we all have created a Flutter project. Okay, so now let's first launch this again. um, no, we'll launch this in a while. Okay, so let me click delete this all. And we want to okay, So let's start importing our material.dart file. Then we will create a main method here. Then we use a fat over there instead of our curly braces. And we will create my app there. And my app is not a visit there. We have just this is my visit. This is basically a visit that is created by my developers. So this is not a visit. We can name anything you want. So we can name it app also. We can name it your app also. So basically want to say that this is the custom visit that we have created. Okay, so we will create a stateless visit for us. And for this you can create you can write STL and it will create a stateless visit for you. Okay, so we will write my app here to create our my app visit, and in that we will write material app here. So these are the basically same thing that you have to write again and again if you want to create your Flutter app. Then the title of my app is going to be a text visit, sorry, a string. So a string, we can in for strings we can use double quotes as well as single quotes in Dart. So either way is preferred. You can also use double quotes and it will not yell at you, because I will use single quotes here. And now let me add the name of my app. So the app name is business card. Then add the home property to our app, and in home we are going to use the scaffold visit, and in the scaffold we have added the app bar there. In the app bar we will add the app bar visit, and in the app bar we will add the title there. In the title we will add a text visit there, and add the name of our app that is going to display on the app bar visit. uh, the USI NEWS. Okay, save your file, and now we will run our app. Okay, so till that it is running, let's head back to our website and see what are all things here. So this is the get us started section where we have covered yesterday how to install Flutter, and here you will get all the installation processes given here. Then after we have a section here that tells us that if you are the other developers who want to learn Flutter, so if you are a Android developer, you can just head over this section and it will tell you about how you can do the if you are an Android developer, how Android Flutter is different from Android development, and it will basically give you a quick overview about what are the differences, what are the similarities between two development environments. So you can also check this out. So we have a section for Flutter for iOS devs, then we have Flutter for React Native devs, we have Flutter for web devs. So we can just click on this section and we can see how Flutter and web development is similar, or what are the some differences in that development. So you can also check this section. Then after we have Dart language overview, and we will just check this in seconds. Now there is a section here where that tells us how to build web application with Flutter, and it is also possible with Flutter. So we have to do some setups for creating web development or web app with Flutter. So we have to just switch to the we are doing the mobile app development with a stable version. For web version you have to switch to the beta version, and you can switch through this command, that is Flutter channel beta, or you have to write Flutter upgrade, and then you have to add a configuration that is enable web, and through this you can create a web app with Flutter. So this is the way you can do this. So I want to say that Flutter is very well documented, and you can just check over this section. You will get the sections for everything you want. I think again. Oh my god, why I am facing this issue only in my stream? Okay, not a problem. I will again open our Xcode and see. Let's assign our team to that. So we'll select our simulator, then it will index for us and it will grab all the dependencies if they want. And in the runner folder, we will just add our team to that. So my development team is this, and then it is good to go. So it will launch the our file here. Okay, let's head back to our website and see what are the optional possibilities there. So now this section is very important if you want to learn Flutter. So we have the section that is says samples and tutorials, and the first thing that is we have Flutter Gallery that included all the Flutter app tutorials there. So we have, just wait for this. Okay, so we got a Flutter gallery here, and here we will get a wide variety of apps, how this works. So how we can add a slider to our app, how we can add bottom navigation to our app, and these are the build apps that you can test. So let's say, let's click on this grid list, and you can see how this app look like, what are the code and behind that app. So if you click on this code section, you will get the all the codes that is used to create the grid like this. So you can also check this, and please bookmark this Flutter Gallery app. It is very helpful app, and it will basically give you all the demo codes so you can use here and you can create your own apps. So Flutter Gallery is also a very helpful website for you. Okay, now we will check another tutorials there. Okay, we have checked our Flutter gallery here. Then after we can also check this, that is Flutter gallery repo, and it is hosted on GitHub. Then we have some sample apps on GitHub. So there are different apps that is hosted on GitHub, and you can also check this. So if you click on if you click on this animation section here, we'll if you click on this launch app, and it will create launch our app for us. And here we can see how the animated container work, how the page route work, and this is also a great way of learning Flutter. and you can also get the demo code of how this basically works. So if you click on animated container, we'll get the animated container here. So this is the way animated container work. Then after, these are the pre-built animation widgets that work that works in Flutter. So if you click on this win lottery, it will tune our lottery there. So you can also use that to add something that is changing in your app. Why is creating problem for me? This time it should work. Okay, so why is doing problem to me? Still incompatible. Why is saying error? Is error? Let's see the error message. Um, let's change the compatibility of our iOS and let's go for the iPhone 10 compatibility, or which version of Xcode I'm using. It is okay, do not wait that waste our time in that. Let me run it again, and if not, we'll use our Android emulator instead of our Xcode, instead of iOS emulator, because it's just wasting our time. Okay, let me close this. I do not want to use this. Why it is just creating. Okay, you can also use iOS simulator if you want. The Squid Dash simulator, iOS emulator if you want, and let's start our iOS simulator as Pixel 3 device. Till it is ready, let's head back to our website and learn something new. So we have learned about this samples and tutorials there section. Now there is another most important section, that is here cookbook, and cookbook is also a combination of different types of visits, how we can add animation to our visits. So if you click on this, or how we can add designs to our visits. So if you want to add a drawer to a screen, you can see how this is being created. So we have to create a scaffold first, and after we have to add a drawer to our app scaffold, that is a property available in a scaffold. And after we have to populate the drawer with the items that we want, and then we have to create something like this. So this is the way that you can learn everything that you want in Flutter. And I'm assuring you, if you have gone through all these visits here, that is hosted in that cookbook, I will get a quick brief about Flutter, and you can then call yourself a Flutter developer. So this is the way. Then you can also check this code labs here. That is also a very good way you can learn. And this is also the part of the Google Code Labs, where the other code labs are hosted and other code labs are there. So you can click on this here, and it will start the code lab for you. So it will tell you how you create your first Flutter app. So for this, they will also guide you how to do the installation process. So they will ask you to set up the Flutter environment as well. Then after, if you click on next, then they will told you that they will demonstrate you that how the Flutter projects are being created. So code labs are also a very good part that you can use to learn Flutter. Then after, we can see how we can use an external package, and we will see when we develop our music player app in just a while when it is running. Okay, then after, we will see how we can add a stateful visit to our app through this. Then we will see how we can add infinite scrolling through this our app by using the um, single child scroll view visit that is hosted here. So you can just go through these code labs, and you can learn how these apps are being created, and you will get a quick overview about that. So there's section that write your first Flutter app, and there's section that write your first Flutter app, that is part 2. Then how to write first Flutter app on web, and how to build a beautiful UI with Flutter. So the different ways of doing that. It is again taking time. This is all about iOS simulators and emulators. I'm just streaming with my device also, and it also take time for the first run. So let's wait for that. Till then, let's start. So there's a section here that is tutorials there, and here we'll get all the tutorials about just how to do these steps. Now there is development section here, and that is this. Then after, here we'll see how we can use layout the user interface in our app. So there's introduction to visits here. Then after, we'll see the how to learn advanced UI in Flutter, that is how to lay out the advanced UI in Flutter. So we have to use slivers there, then that can slide all over the screen. Then we have the several gestures available in Flutter that you can also use. How to add a splash screen to your Flutter project. So splash screens are basically the first screen that get appeared on your app. So how you can do this, and now then you get the visit catalog that we just gone from here, that is docs. Is something wrong with our file, or it's just also let me do something else. And this app works perfectly, so I will use that folder also. So I will create new window here, and in that I will just put this image app here. And let me delete this all code because we have just done the development of that app. So let me delete this all, and let me not delete this all. Let me just delete this part only, or let me delete all. Okay. So we are just using that previously created folder that we are using for the our image app. So something is wrong happening with this. Not a problem. So again, close this. Okay, so let's import the material.dart file. After you have to create a main method here. The main method we have we want to add our run app method. In the run app we will create our my app visit, and we will create a stateless visit there, and we'll add some visit here. And in that container, instead of that container, we'll use material app visit. The material app will use title property, and title is going to be just a string, and just we are going to build our card. In the home property, we will going to use something that is scaffold. Okay, so let's run this app, and now I will run this again. You are open this. Let's open this app in the iOS simulator as well, because this folder works with iOS simulator. There's something wrong with the folder there, I think so. Okay, so it's just launching, and let's see how our app looks when we finish our development. So this will look something like this. So this will look something like this. That is, this is what we are going to build. We have just a circular avatar visit here, and then we got our name here, and then we got our designation here, and then after we will create a two card visit that will display our contact details, that is our phone number as well as our email there. So we will build this app, and it is now building our app for us. This time it should work. Okay. Um, Hello. Hello.
Yes, Ishu.
We have any problem there, or everything is
No,
working fine?
the live is working fine.
Okay. So we have got our Xcode build done. Please this time work because we do not have much time. We have to develop a one other app also. Okay, so we got our app up and running, and it will look something like this. We have not added we have simply added a scaffold. Now let me add title to our app. So first app bar to our app, then the app bar, then title, and then we are going to the text visit there, and the text visit will display something like business card. So we got our business card there, and as you can see, this looks like something like this. We'll get rid of our debug banner there and set it to false. And then in the body of our scaffold, in the scaffold, not in the app bar, in the body of a scaffold, we will add that is column visit there. So what is column visit? So what is column visit? Column visit is basically used to lay out your children's one by one. So in the horizontal axis, and it basically want the array of children's. So this is the visit that expects multiple children's, and we can align our children's in a vertical manner. And there's a similar to column visit, we have row visits also that is used to align our visits in the horizontal manner. So okay, we got our app. Now let me change the color of this default app bar, that is blue always, and then add some coloring to our app. So for the color, I will use the background property of our app bar and set the colors to, so if you are not able to seeing it, okay. So we got our app here, and then we will add using the colors class, and let me add some color that is, let me go for the teal color. Okay, so this is teal color. Save your file, and then you can see the body of your app get converted into the teal color. Okay, so let me add some property to our app bar also. So app bar colors dot teal, and let's change the color of app bar also. Save your file, and do not forget to add the trailing commas. Trailing commas are basically used to format your code as well as separate two different parameters or two different options there. So we got our app bar. Let me add something to our app bar, and let me add some elevation to our app bar. Elevation basically means to create a hinge from a regular size. So let me add some elevation to 6.0 pixel, and now we got our app bar. Okay, so now we will add our first visit here, that is circle avatar. Circle avatar visit, and if you save our file, we got our circular avatar get displayed on the screen. It is something look like very small circle. So circle avatar visit is basically used, as you can just hover over this, and it basically create a circle that represents a user. So if you want to represent a user, we can just a user, or if you want to create a user profile, just you want to you can use circle avatar for that. And in the circular avatar, we have a property that is called background image. And if we tap into that, then we can assign the background image of our app. So let's say I want to add image to our app. So how can we can do this? So close this here and open it again, and let me add my image here. So let's back to the main.file and add the image provider here. So I will go with the asset image, and then I will provide the image of my basically I will provide the image path. So I will say sorry, I will say images as ratio dot jpg, and we have seen how we can do this in our previous app. So if you save your file, our file get not displayed on the screen because I do not added here. So you can do this now. A simple way of assigning the whole folder is that you can simply use this. So you can simply write images that the folder that has been created by us, then add the forward slash there, and if you save your file, it will include all the files in that folder. So we do not have to manually write all the files. And if you, let's say if you were there are 10 or the 20 images in your images folder, so this is not a good way of writing 20 images in that asset section. So simply add the whole folder to it, and it will not bother you. Okay, so we have added our asset there and it should work now. Okay, so we got our image displayed on our circular avatar, and it's very it's looking very small to me. So let me increase its size by using tapping the radius property of circular avatar. And now I want radius something very big, that is 40.0 pixels. Okay, let's go for the 60. As you can see, the hot reload always helps you to building UI of your app. So we got our image there. That is, let's say it's a profile image. Then after that, column visit, we have added a visit here, and I want to visit that um, lies inside that below our image visit. So for this, we can use text visit there, and in text visit we can add some text that is the name of this image. So let's say add my name, add something style to our image. Let's increase the size of image, and by tapping on the font size property of text style, and then go for the, let's say, 25 pixels. Save your file, and you can see our text gets displayed on the screen. Now let me do something. Add the mean axis alignment of this column visit and align it to center. So our children's get centered, and add this circular avatar to center visit. Just wrap with the center visit, and we can center our image. Okay, so we will use a sized box visit here that is used to create a spacing between different visits. So let me add a height of let's say 15. I basically want a double value to it. So add that. Save your file, and you got the your name displayed on this. Also, I want to change my the color of my name. So save your file, add the trailing comma, and it will format the code for you. So we got our image as well as our name displayed. Then after that text visit, I will add another text visit. So I will just copy this entire text visit, so we do not have to create it again, and paste it here. Now let's add designation to our image. So let's say it add some letter spacing to our text. So we can also tap in letter spacing, and let's go for the letter spacing of 1.5. Save your file, and the Android lead get displayed on the screen. Now I want this to be a smaller size. Let's go for the 20 there. So it is there. Also add some spacing into that, so we can use size box visit there, and add some height to it. So let's say we are going for the height, let's say 8.0. Okay, so we got something spacing not very cool. Okay, let's go for the 4. Okay, so we got our uh, name as well as our designation displayed on the screen. Now, I want something like to use custom fonts in our app. So for this, to use custom fonts in our app, you can use get to the website that is called fonts.google.com. So let's head over to this website that is fonts.google.com. So it has various combination of fonts there that you can use in your websites, in your apps, in everything you want. And this is basically this is free of cost. So I will choose a custom font that will something look like um, so so let's go with this font, or you will select any different one. Okay, so let's go with this font that is permanent marker. You can select any font you want for your app. So I have selected this. Then I will click on this download button, and it will download the font for me. So basically it downloaded the zip file, so you have to include this folder here. So I will create a new folder here, that is my fonts folder. Fonts folder, and add that downloaded font here. So I will to unzip it. So it will unzip my file. Then after there is a license there, that is it is free of cost, and you will also get a license when you download it. Then after we got our font here, it is in the TTF format. So we will just copy, just drag and drop in our font folder there. And then we have to tell our perspec.yaml file that is we are using this font. So for this, there's a font section here that you want, and that you have to uncomment this to use your font. So we'll uncomment this and add our fonts here. So what is the name of our font family? So the font family name is permanent marker. The name of the font family is permanent marker. Then you have to assign the path to your font family. So this is the path, that is fonts, the fonts folder that we have created. Then after we will add our name of the font that we are going to use. So it's permanent. I will just copy this again, paste it here, and then the file format that is TTF. Then there's another section we do not need this, and there's another section that says if you want to add styling to your font. So if we want the italic font, you can also use this styling property. So we do not you want this. So make sure you spelled it correctly, because if not you will get an error for that. So let me check this again. So it's font folder. Then after we have named our folder, that is named our font is permanent, and MENT oh sorry, I would also add a regular there, that is included the name of the folder of our font. So regular. So we have added the okay, complete name of our file. Let me check it again. REZULR. Okay, so we are good to go. Then you have to save your file. Either you want click on this button or save your file by tapping into Command Shift or Control Shift, Controls S, and it will save your file for you. Now we have just included an external font. If we want to use it, we have to close our running application so that the changes can take place. So I will close my running application and run it again. So I will run it again, and I will run without debugging. I will select Dart and Flutter, and it will launch my app again. So let's head back to the main.dart file, and in the section that we want to add our custom fonts. So let's first wait for launch our application, and this time it should not take much time because you've already compiled our code. You have to just it have to only add some external fonts or external codes that we have just added, so it will not take much time here. Take nearly around 1 minute and 40 seconds. That is 100 seconds. Okay. So we are just launching our app, as you can see the animation here. And now we will add our custom fonts here. So to include custom fonts, we have to first download it. Then after we have to include it in our perspec.yaml. And then in the textile property, we will add the font family there. And the font family that we are going to use is the permanent marker that we have used. So save your file. And if you have saved, you can see the permanent marker font get added to that is my text, that is my name, and it's look very nice to me. Sorry, I saved. So it's get added to my name, and so this is the way you can use custom fonts in your app. So the first thing, you have to download the font that is in sites in that fonts.google.com, and there's a wide variety of fonts that you can use. Then after, you have to include that font. You have to create a fonts folder that is here, and include copy paste your downloaded file, that is we have downloaded a permanent marker here font. Then you have to include it on your persto.yaml file, and from you can do this in this way. And this is also an example given here. You have to just uncomment this. You have to add the family name, and then have to assign the path to our folder. Also, please be concerned about the indentations, because this matters in perspective YAML file. If you do not indent it correctly, then it will show errors for you. Okay, so we got our custom fonts there. Now let me find the next text visit and add some card to our visit. So card visit, and after I will add the child in the for card visit. I will add a list style visit. So list style visit is all similar like row visit, so that has a leading property there. In leading property, we can use an icon for our app. And we will create icons by using icons. Then in the icons dot and I want to display my phone number there. Save our file and see how it looks. So it looks something like this. Okay, so we have added the leading property to our list style visit, and it also visit in Flutter. Then after that icon, I will add title to my list style. So I will tap in title, then add the text visit there, and the text we are going to show is the my phone number. So plus 91856. Save the file, and you can see the changes. Let's add some style to our okay. So you got our text as well as icon displayed on the screen. Also, let me increase its size, so we can also go to the size property of this icons, and then assign the size. Let's say go for the 30.0 and see how it looks. Okay, so it looks something like this. And also we can add color to our icons. So we can use colors class, and let's go for the teal class that will match with the accent of our app. So we have just created our card visit that used to display. So in the card child of that card visit, we have used the list style visit. In the leading property, we just use an icon visit, and in that and the title visit, in the title property, we have used just text visit and display a text there. Now we can add wrap this card visit with another visit that is called padding, and padding is basically used to pad your visit and create a spacing inside from create a spacing from its side. And we can use asinserts.all to create a padding all over our from all the sides of our visit, or we can use asinserts.symmetric. Metric means we can only tap into horizontal as well as vertical padding. So I will create my horizontal padding, and I will go with 20.0 pixels. Save your file, and you can see our padding get added to our visit. Also, let me add some sized box here so that it will increase some spacing between the two different visits. So add the sized box, and this time I will go with 20.0. Save your file, and now this is looking very good to me. Okay, so we've added our phone number here. That is the first of our contact leads. I will not do this manually. I will just copy paste entire this padding visit. That is the how this visit is created, and copy this and paste it here. So it is not a good thing that you copy paste your things in your code, and basically they're the same things that we have copied. So this way that you can create a custom class that has a text visit there, or that will accept a text visit as well as the icons there, and we will do that in the later section. We have just running out of time, so I will just do this as fast as I can. So I will just add email there and save our file. That is we are using going with the email icons there. So as you can see, our two card visit get displayed on the screen. And what is the property of card visit? Visit basically um, has an elevation there, and it has a rounded rectangle borders there. That is come pre-built in Flutter. So if you do not use card visit, you can also use container, and you have to do this manually, all this stuff. So basically, card visit is used for that. So I will just add an email there and just update my email here. So save your file, and you got your email updated. So also I want something a spacing between my two different visits, so I just again use size box there. So size box is also very helpful visit in Flutter that you can use. Now let's go for the size 15 pixels. Save your file, and you can see how it looks. So as you can see, this look exactly that screenshot that I have showed you earlier, and this is the way you can lay out the layouts in your Flutter. So let's again go through the steps that we have gone through. So we have just imported a material.dat file, created main method, then created our stateless visit there, and in that stateless visit we have just uses material app and title and a scaffold. So after that, we have used just a special visit that is newly introduced. First one, the column visit, and in assigning the column visit being access alignment, and we are using center property of it. After that, we have added different childrens to our column visit. The first is the circular avatar visit, and we have just centered it by using the center visit. And then after, we have used text visit that is to display, and in text visit we have used the custom font that we have imported from internet, that is fonts.google.com. And we have seen that how we can use custom font in our app. After that, we have just added a description about that, and then added the card visit. So the card visit has a child that is list style visit, and list style visit is just similar like row visit. It basically align its children in the horizontal axis, and you can also check different properties available in this list style by just hovering over this. Then we have a leading property there, and then we have icons there, then we have title there. So this can be used to layout your visits. So this is it for this app, and I will not going to create a Flutter project again because it's just creating problem for me. So I will just delete this all code, and you can also find this code or this app on my GitHub, and will host it there when it is completed. So you can also check this out, and I will also share how you can do this. So I will just delete this again, all, and let's start creating our music player app. This is the last app of our session. So how we can do this, so let me introduce you what we are going to build. So we are going to build our music player app, and this is the last app of our today's session, and where we will learn about a stateful visit, we will learn about a safe area visit, we will learn about how we can decoration to our container. Then after, we will use icon button visit to add some functionality to our app. So if the button is clicked, what happens? So we will add do that. Then we can use external packages, how we can use external packages in our app. We can do this also. Then after, we will learn about Dart classes as well as constructors. Then after, at last, we will add functionality to our app. So do not, I will not waste our time, and let's started building our app. Okay, so let me close this and import our material.dart file. Then after, we will create a void main method. I just want a string to use, so I will just use this music app. And in the home property, I will assign a new visit, that is a stateless visit. So the stateless visit is going to be my home page visit, and this is the name that is given by me. It's not a visit in a site set in Flutter. So I will name my stateless visit my home page visit. So let's do that. And in, let's create our home page visit. So we will create a stateful visit for us, and you can just create by using stf, and it will create a stateful visit for you. And I will name my stateful visit, that is my home page. Okay, so let's start building our home page visit. So, and let's talk about what is stateful visits. So stateful visits are the visits. So let me go back to our slides and learn what is stateful visits. So stateful visits is basically a visits that can change their state and update the UI according to that. So it has a different methods available there that are used to manage the state. So we have init state method that is used to initialize the state. We have set a state method that is used to assign the state. Then after, we have dispose method that basically used to dispose all the state that is being created in the app lifecycle. So this different method and many more methods are also in the stateful visit, but these are the most used ones. And these methods basically help us to use the state management in Flutter. So state management in Flutter is basically a very big or the controversial topic in Flutter, and many developers have different choice of doing state management. We have the external packages also there to do state management. So we have providers there, we have blocks there. These are the external packages to do state management in Flutter. And we will have state management in Flutter in other sections. So we'll just focus on the stateful visit and use some of these properties of stateful visit. So let's head back to our code and add something here. So in the child property of our stateful visit, we will add a scaffold here. And in this scaffold, we are not going with app bar now. We are only going with the body visit here. And in the body, we're going to use column visit. So we're not going the app bar here. And now let me rerun this app and see how it looks. So this is the new app that is created, and as you can see it looks something like this. So this is our app. Now I will just get rid of this my debug banner, save our file. Now sir, hello, 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 is I am out of stream. Hello. Okay, it seems everything fine. Let me check this. Okay, I think everything is fine. Okay, so hello sir.
Rishu. Yes, Rishu.
uh, yes, everything is fine.
Yes, everything is working fine.
Okay, so now we will add something to our body, and this we are going with the column visit and add children property there. Now in the children property, we will just add a text visit there, and the text visit we are going to use is the name of our app. So I have named my app is, let's say, Harmony, and let me show you the preview of the app that we are going to build. So this is something that we are going to build. We have a name of our app, then after a short description, then after our cover image of our song, then after we got a slider here, then after we get three buttons here that will enable us to play our song, that will enable us to pause our song, then resume our song, and there is a little bit of status there that is showing what is going behind the scenes. That is, our song is playing as well as it's pausing. So let me close this. This is what we are going to build. So we have added text visit there and save our file. And as you can see, our text visit get displayed all on the over the screen. So for this, to prevent, I can use a so let's say add some dark theme to our app. So how we can add dark theme to our app is we can just tap into the theme property and just use the theme data class and just use the dark method there. So we have just used that theme, and for the dark theme you can just have to tap into theme data and use the dark theme there. Okay, so we have just used the dark theme there. Now as you can see, our harmony text get display and it not clearly visible to us. So let's do something and wrap our column visit with a visit that is called safe area. And as the name suggests, it basically calculate all over the screen on your app and give us the safe area to where our we can put our visits there. So we have just added a safe area there, and after that we have added a text visit there. And in that text visit, I'm going to style my text visit. So I will style it by using text style there and add the font size of, let's say, 30.0. Save our file and let's go with the 40.0. So we got our text there, and let's say add some color to our text. So by using colors dot green accent color. Okay, so we got our color, Then after that text visit, I will add another text visit, that is short description of our text visit, and for that I will use deep orange color. Okay, so and then after we'll add the short description that let's say play whatever you want. Save your file, and as you can see our text is very large, so let me reduce it. So let's say we are using 20.0. Okay, so we got our text here. Let's add some padding to our text visit, both the text visits. So I will wrap this text visit to a padding visit and assign a padding. And now we are going to use left from left, top, right, and bottom padding. So there's a property that we can add different types of padding from all the different sides. So from left, I want padding to be 30.0. From top, I want padding to be 30.0. From right, I want padding to be 0. So from right, I do not want any padding. And from bottom, I will want padding to be 5.0. So assign your paddings there, and also wrap this text visit into a padding visit. So just click on this and you will get the bulb there, and just you can wrap this with a padding visit, and you can just do that. And you use agent search dot from left, right, top, and bottom, and here we're going to add different types of padding. So for left we are going with the 90.0. For top we will just assign it 3.0. From right we will assign 0.0. From right we do not want any padding, and from bottom we will assign, let's say, 20.0. Save your file, and you can see the different types of padding assigned to your text visit. Also, we can just use the cross-axis alignment property of our column visit and set it to cross-axis alignment dot start. So what is cross-axis alignment and what is main axis alignment? So main axis alignment is the alignment that is aligned. Column is basically aligned vertically. The main axis for a column visit is vertical, and the main cross-axis for column is horizontal. So we're just using the cross-axis alignment, and we have just assigned our app here. Okay, so we got our text as well as description of our app there. Then after that padding visit, I will use a container visit here, and that is used to show the image of our cover image of our song. So now we are going to use the container image, and in that container image we are going to use a decoration property of that container image. And for that I will use box decoration, and that is used to assign the decoration to our container. And in that box decoration I will use an image property, and then I will assign the decoration image to that. And after that I will again use an image property there, and now we can assign the image to our decoration image. So for this I will create a new folder here, that is let's say we'll create a new folder that is assets. Here we will put our image as well as song here. So I will put my assets there, all the assets there on which our project depend. So I'm going to use my cover image. Just drag and drop your curve image there, and we are going to just use our song there. Okay, so I have added a new folder that is assets, where we will put all our dependencies on which our project depends. So we have here we have two types of dependencies. First one is the image of the song, and second one is this really the original song. So we have just created a new folder and added two dependencies there. Okay, then after in the decoration image, just we have to assign the image. So I'm going for the asset image here. In that asset image, let's close this, so we have more space there. And that decoration image I will assign the asset image and use the cover dot jpg. I think it is the name of our file. It's cover dot jpg. Okay, so we got our image there. Then we have to assign that into our pubspec.yaml file. So for this you can just use another folder here and just use add assets here. So you can do this like this. So we have assigned our whole assets folder, to our app. So we have just write it as assets there and added a forward slash there, so that it will include all the assets that resides in our assets folder. Save your file. So it will take all the dependencies there and include it in your project. Okay, so we got our project, and then let's head back to our, let's close this, and let's head back to our main.dart file and just save our file. And as first, you cannot able to see that image because I have not assigned the height and width property of our container, because we are using now decoration, so we have to assign the height as well as width out to our container. So the height we are using is 250.0, and the width we are going to use is 250.0. Save your file. And now, okay, it should work. We're seeing that is cover.jpg. Okay, sorry. I have not included the in complete path, so I have to first assign to the my assets folder there, then create a forward slash, and this is the complete path of our image. So I have to tap into the assets folder, then after my cover.jpg image, and now save your file. And now you will get the image displayed on the screen. Now let me use my size box visit there and add some size to and spacing between our different visits. So I'm going with the size box, let's say 60.0. Save your file so that we can get a different spacing between that. Also, let's wrap this container into our center visit so that our child get centered. Okay, so we got our cover here. Now we will add some decoration to this image. So what decoration we are going to do? We are basically doing, and we want that all the sides of this image get some rounded corners. So for this, we have a property in decoration box that is border radius, and we can use border radius dot circular and add the border radius to it. So we can going with the 15.0. Save your file, and we have to also add the border also. So we have to use border, that is border dot all. Save your file, and you can see our borders get rounded, all the four corners get rounded, and it's really looking nice to me. So this is what decoration property of a container we are talking about. So now let's add something different here. So let's add something that is slider. And slider is a visit in Flutter that is basically used to use different types of values assigned to it. So we can use slider here, and in this tab we are going to use slider so that it can display the status of our song. So slider want different properties from us, so we have to assign the minimum value as well as a maximum value. So let's go first for the minimum value, and for the minimum value I will go with the zero point 0.0. This also want double value from us. Then after we have to assign maximum value here, and the maximum value is going to be let's say 30.0. And now in the value option, so this value should be equal to or less than maximum value. So we will assign something like 10.0. And in the on change we will do nothing, and just for now we will do nothing. So save our file, and you can see. Okay, so this onChanged also want a callback from us. So in the arguments body, we can also we will add something that a new variable that is value. So it's just a void callback, something like so it's want us a void function that takes an argument. So we just add an argument that is value here and save our file. And as you can see, we got our slider displayed on the screen. So this is the default slider that comes with Flutter. Also, let's add something that size box again here. So let's add some height. That is, we are going with the height of 30.0. Save your file. Okay, so this is the slider that is being created, and this is a slider that's being created, and we have to assign the minimum value to it. And if we do not assign any of these values, these are the required values. If we do not assign any of these, then we will get an error on our screen. So let's say I will just comment this, and let's we run our app. You can see, okay, you're not seeing an error. Okay, save your file. It will show error now. So you can see that our app get crashed because we are saying that in the error comments here we can see that the minimum or the value property of it should be greater than, or sorry, should be less than or greater than a minimum, and it should be in between the minimum as well as the maximum value. So this is what they are saying. So I will uncomment this so that our app start working again. Okay, so we got our slider there. So we'll leave it for now, and then add something more. So we'll add a container there, and now this is time for our buttons to display on the screen. So we go for the container, and that will add some decoration here also. We are going with the box decoration. Now we will add some border radius to our box decoration, and we are going with the border radius but circular, and assign the border radius to it. So for now I am going with the border radius that is 30.0, and now save your file. It's showing me error. Okay, now all the errors are gone. Save your file, and now your container get created, but you cannot see it because there is no container by default do not have any colors. So let's add some color to our container, and let's go with the colors dot white. Also, let me assign the height and width property of our container. So the height is going to be something that is 80.0, and the width property of container is going to be double dot infinity. So what is double dot infinity? It basically calculate the entire width of your screen and assign the complete width to your container. So this is also very helpful property in container. So we got our container displayed here. We'll add some size box again here, and I will just copy paste this size box, and this is, let's 30. So we got our container there. Now we will add margin to our container, and margin is basically create a space around your visits. So we'll assign agent search dot symmetric margin, and margin is going to be horizontal, and let's go with the margin that is 20.0. Save your file, and we will assign the margin to it. Now it's time to add buttons to our app. So we'll do this. So through the child property of our container, and in the child property we'll add row visit there. And so let's assign the children there. So what is row visit? As I've told you earlier, row visit basically assign the children's in the horizontal manner. So the first visit is going to be icon button visit. So the icon button visit has a property that is icon, and second property is on pressed. So icon basically want an icon from us. So I will assign icon to it. So I will go with the icons dot play button, play, and it's called, I think the icon is called play arrow. And these icons you can also find it on the material. Uh, you can also find this. So you can also find these icons on the website that is called material.io, and this is the website that is created by Google, and it basically includes. Let me show this. Let's for that. So material.io. This is the website that includes all the design patterns of Google, and what the Google uses for their designs. So we have design here, we have components there. So we have various what are design components of the material design. We have cards there. We have also the icons there. So what type of icons Google uses, or what type of icons is available that you can use. So you can just also check this on the material.io website, and it basically gives all the possibilities or the design patterns that is available with the Google products. So this is also an option, and this is also a website that is created by Google itself. Okay, so we got our icon button here. So let me add something to the on pressed. So we are going with the on pressed, and we are going with the empty on press. On press basically a method. So we got our row button by default. Icon button by default. Icon button is white in size. That's why we are not showing our button here. So let me add the icon size here, and let's increase the size by 25.0, and also add some color to our icons. So the color we are going to use is colors dot um, deep orange. Save your file, and you got your button there. Let me increase the size a little bit more. So let's go with 30.0. So got your color button there. Now let me just copy paste this entire icon button and do this for the two more time, so that we got our pause as well as resume button there. Save your file, and you will get all the play buttons there. So let me change that. So in the icons of that, I want a pause button there. So pause icon there. So there's a pause icon also in the material.icon, a material.io website. Then after we have, okay, then after we have visit an icon, that is an icon is also a visit. So we have icons visit there, and we are going to use a visit that is called not started, that is going for that is used for resume there. So save your file. We got our all the three buttons there, and I think it's a very little small, so let me increase its size also by 40.0. Save your file. We got the icons there. Now I want the icon to be equally distributed throughout this container. So how we can do this? So there's a main axis alignment in the our row visit. So you can just tap into that and assign the main axis alignment there. Okay, it's axis alignment. Sorry. Main axis main axis alignment. Is there a spin? Okay. So we can assign the main axis alignment dot space around. So what does a space around basically do? It will create an even space between all these visits. So we got our buttons there. Now it's time to add some functionality to our button, and for now let me do something with our slider there. So we have the in slider we have inactive color option. So we can go with inactive colors dot deep blue, sorry, deep orange, and the active color, so that is the color that is shown here. In the active color we can just go with the colors dot blue here. Save your file, and you can see the inactive color get colored with orange, and the active color get colored with the blue. Okay, so we got our things here. Now let's add some padding to our slider here. So how we can do this? We just wrap our slider with our padding visit, and now let me assign some horizontal padding to it. So the horizontal padding is so no, sorry, we have to add symmetric padding here, and just going with the tapping to horizontal padding here, and now we are going with padding with 20.0. Save your file, and you got the padding around your slider visit. Okay, so we have added our entire UI of your app. Now it's time to add some functionality to our app. So to add functionality, we will use an external package that will allow us to play the song in our app. For this we have to just head over to the website that is called pub.dev, and this is where our whole packages of Flutter resides. So this is also a website that is created by Dart team as well as Flutter team. So here you will find various packages that is used for development. We have URL launcher. If you want to launch a URL from our app, you can use this package here. So there are different packages available there for everything you want in Flutter. And you can also check this website. The website is pub.dev. Now I will search for package I want. So I want to play an audio in our app. So I want to search something like this, that is audio player, and search it. So I will get an option of choosing a package. So choose wisely the package that you are going to use. So we have three options here. So we have likes here, we have pub points here, and we have popularity here. So those packages who are really popular have the highest number of values there. So it's we have a package that is called audio players, and it has a like of 490. It has 100 pub points, and it has a popularity of 98%. So this is basically a good package that we can use. So just click on this. So just click on this, and there is a tab here that says how to install this package. Okay, so it says that depend on it. So we have to depend on this package. So there is a section that says add this package to your perspec.yaml file. So we have just copied this line of code, and let's head back to a file here that is in the perspec.yaml file, and you have to add this file into here. So you can just add it here, that is below our Cupertino icons, and Cupertino icons are the icons that is used by our system. Or you can also add this line here. So here, so please go for the interventions and do not do the wrong intervention, because it will create hassle for you. So I will add this here, save our file. Now we have just included an external package in our app. So to make this work smoothly, we have to first close our app, and we have to start our app from cold. So when it is finished, we will do that. Okay, so it got succeeded. Then after we got we will close our app and run our app from scratch. So so that all the changes can take properly. So in that debug banner, we can check the, okay, it's not running. So our app is launching. Till then it is launching, let's get head back to the pub.dev and see what we have there. So this is very well documented also. So there is an option that we have to depend on it. Then we have to use this command, that is flutter pubget, to get the packages there. Then after we have to include this package library in our folder. So we have to just copy this line, and let's head back to our main.dart file and just copy paste this to include all the classes in that file. We have to just um, install it. So we will do this, and okay, so we got our this import package imported. Also, let's head back to the readme file, and it basically gave us that how we can use this package. So there are different ways of using it. It says that we have to create a two instance of this class. That is, we have two different classes in this package. We have audio player class, and we have audio cache class that we can use. So at first we have to initialize this class. Then after there's a play button, play menu here. Sorry, play method here that we can use to play our song. Then we have pause method here. Then we have stop method here that we can use. Also there's an method for our slider also, that is seek. So we can also use that. So we can also use the resume method here. So basically, before using any package, please go through this readme section here. Also you can just click on this, and it will take you to the API reference of this complete documentation of this package. You can also check this out by clicking on this API reference section. Also you can also you can just click on this button, that is click this link, and it will head you to a repository section of on GitHub, where this package is hosted, and you can see the people that are contributing to this package. So these are the people behind this package. If you want to contribute this, you can also contribute this external packages, and these are packages are basically free to use and open source. And here's also a documentation so how we can use this. So when it is finished, we will use this class here. So let's wait for that. So we got our Xcode build done, and our app will launch in just 10 more seconds, I think so. Okay, so we got our file there, and now why is showing error to me? Split this and now import it again. Import and import package flutter slash, then we get an option of audio. Okay, there's an error. Okay, let me check. It's showing me error because I think there's something wrong. Our package installation. So let's head back to the prospect.yaml and see how it looks. So you have add the audio players class here, and this is also a command that is used to get all the dependencies of this package. So okay, so we got that. Let's head back to our main.dat file and again import that dependencies there, and we got our dependencies there. Okay, also we have to create a new dependency, that is import, and import the audio cache class there. So there are two different types of class that is in that package. We have audio player class and we have audio cache class. Now it's time to initialize this both class, and audio player class is used to play your file. Is used to control your files, and audio cache class is used to play your files. So there are two different classes there. So in the build method, we will just initialize this class. So in the state class, we'll just initialize this. So first we are going with the audio player and create an instance. I create an instance of that audio player class. Now we will use audio cache class and create another instance of that. So audio cache. So we have just used two different classes there and created two different instances of that class. Now I will create my init state method uh, that is basically used to initialize your state. And now I will create an init my player method that will initialize my player there. In my init player method, so this is the method that is created by me. So this is the init player, and init player we will initialize our two different classes. The first class we are going to initialize with audio player class, and just initialize with our constructor there. We have just initialized our audio player class. Then after we will initialize our audio cache class. And as you can see, this basically these are the Dart codes, and this basically looks like something like Java code as well as it also. I think we can do this in C++ also. So these are the way, and it is basically a very easy language. So we can learn this very easily. Okay, we have just initialized this audio cache class, and in the constructor argument, we will add fixed player and assign the our audio player to it. Okay, so we got our audio player there, then we are good to go. We have to just use this class to play our song, to resume our song, and to um, pause our song. So in the on change of this play button, I will add, sorry, in the on, where it is. So on the on pressed of this play button that is here, we will add audio cache class that is used to play the song. So audio cache, then play. And after we have to provide the file name. So the file name is my perfect dot mp3, and you can also see it here. We have the file name that is called perfect.mp3. So you can save our file, and let's see it's working or not. Also, you will have to restart your app to initialize the state. So we'll do that. Let's click on this play button and see it works or not. Okay, so we got an error. Play was called on null. Okay, so we have not initialized our app. Then let me restart it again, and then click on this play button. So we again got that error. This is because our player is not get initialized, and for this we have to our quit our running processes and again run our app. So this is because we have just included external package in our app, and that's why the initialization went wrong. So we have to just initialize this again, and we have just launching our app again. So this will again take time up to 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, then we are just finished there. So we will also take only 10 to 15 minutes more. Till then, let me talk about more about Flutter. So this is the website there. You can always check it here. There's a huge combination of possibilities that we can do with Flutter, and it's very well documented. You can get all the things that you want. Another thing that I want to point out that we can also use this dart language, that is dart.dev website, and it is a website where you will learn about Dart language, that is programming language that we have talked about. And you can also take this language tool here that will basically give you the quick overview of about what is Dart language and how we can use all the Dart language functions, as well as what are the keywords in Dart language, and how we can use classes as well as constructor in Dart language. So you can just head over this and you can learn about Dart language there. Now you can also learn. So we have talked about Firebase also. So to learn about Firebase, there's a very cool website here that is you can also use the Firebase website, that is original Firebase website, or you can also use a Flutter Firebase. This is Flutter Fire website there that you can use, and it is basically the website only designed for Flutter and Firebase. So I have talked tell you that Firebase can be used with any other platforms there. So it can be used with Android as well as iOS, cross-platform devices, cross-platform development there. But this website is only designed for Flutter as and Firebase. So if you click on this get a started section, you will get a quick overview about how this website is structured, or how you can do the Android installation for the Firebase to use, how the iOS installation works, And this is also a very well documented section. You can always go through this and learn about Flutter and Firebase, how Flutter and Firebase work with each other. And also there's a dark button here that I generally prefer when I start reading these files here. Okay, so we got our build done, and I think our play function should work now. So let's wait for a few more seconds. So, sir, are you there? Hello.
Yes, Ishu.
Uh, oh, what is wrong here? I have got it. So, I have just forgot to add my newly created method here in this init state, because this is basically used to initialize our player. So I just forgot to do that, and then I will just restart my app, and now it should work 100%. So, are you listening to songs, sir?
Yeah, yeah, great.
Hello.
Audible. Audible.
Is it song is audible or not?
Yes, yes, song is audible.
Okay, so we got our song here, and when I have done this for the first time, I just get overwhelmed at how we do this with an external package. Okay, so let's add some functionality that will pause the song. So for this, I will use audio player class and pause my song. Add the pause functionality, save my file, and when I click on this button, our song get paused. So we are using audio cache class for playing our song, and we are using audio player class to pause our song. Basically, audio player class is used to control your music player. Okay, so we got our audio player working, and then we have also a method in audio player class, that is audio player dot resume. Save our file, and now we'll completely test our app. So click on this button, it will start playing your song. Click the song, this will pause your song, and click this button, this will pause your song, and click on this button, it will resume your song. So we got our pause, uh, play and resume button there. Now let's add this slider to functionality. So for this, we'll create some more methods there. So at first, we have to create two duration class there that will assign the duration to our slider. So we will just write the duration there, that is, and I will name my duration object to be duration there, and just initialize my duration class here. Okay, so we got our duration. Oh, sorry, I will spell it wrong. I am just an idiot. So how we can we have just added duration there, then we add a new duration. So first one is duration, second one is my position there, and so we got the two objects of duration. So first one is duration, second one is position. And duration is basically a class in Dart, and it basically gives us the duration of the things that going on. Okay. Now in my init player, we have initialized our player. I will create, that is audio, use my audio player here, and in there we have a on change duration there. So on duration change. So in that callback, I will add a listen property to it, listen method to it, and add the listener to our duration. For this, I will just name this in the callback. I will just use this d or any variable you want. Then assign that duration to my newly created duration. So there are some basically Dart code that I am writing. If you are not understanding for the first time, um, you will understand when you learn about how you can create callbacks in Dart. So we'll just create another audio player, and there's a property that is on position change there, and we'll also add a listener to that, um, and just I will name it to P here for the position there, and you can name it anything you want. Then you can just assign my position to my new position, that is P. One thing I want to point out that we have used the init state of our stateful visit method. Now we will use set a state method. So set a state method is basically used to set your state. So I will use my set a state method here, and I will put my duration there. And also I will use my set a state all there. Okay, so we got our position as well as durations setup done. Now we will add some functionality for our slider that if we change our slider, the song will also change. For this, we will add a void method there, and you can also name it anything you want. So let's add on change slider, and we will in the argument we will use second, that is int second, that we have to provide whenever we use this method. Then after we will also I will now create a new duration object and name it new duration, and let's assign this. In that duration we can assign our int that is in the argument body by using the int by using the second in the argument of that duration, and let assign that a second to it. So what we are doing basically is we have created a new duration class, instantiating the new duration class, and the object is new duration. And in that new duration, the argument we have just assigning the second to we have assigning this second to this second. So this is part. Then after we have to use, that is our audio player, and there's a seek method in that, so we can also use this and seek and then assign the new duration to it. Okay, so it's done, and let's save our file, and let's see what this seek method does. So for this, if you want to see any class how this is constructed, so because Flutter is an open source, you can just click on Control or Command, and you can hover over this and click on left mouse. You can get over this how this class is constructed. So we are in how audio player class is constructed, and here we have a seek method here that says in the comment we can read that move the cursor to the desired position. So this is used to move that cursor to our desired position. So that's why we are using seek there. Now it's time to add that method to our slider there. For this, uh, in the onChanged position here, we will first use set a state there, so that we want to set our state. Okay, in the set a state there, we want to use our slider, so I will use slider. What is the name of our method there? It's onChange slider. Okay, so we'll add onChange slider here and assign that value. So that onChange basically take an argument that is value, and it is of double, and in the onChange slider we are expecting the int value. So how we can do this? We can just use that value, and let's convert this to int. So for this you can use this int method that is provided by Dart, and you can easily add convert that value that is here to int here. So we have done that. Then after, we have to just update the new value with the existing value. So for this, we have to write value is equal to value so that our old value get updated to our new value. Now we have just written our entire code that will trigger our slider for us. So I will restart my app from scratch and see how it works. Okay, so one thing I have forgot that I have to add the minimum as well as maximum position there and the value option there. So for this I will, and that's why we have created our duration class there, so that will calculate the entire duration of our song. So for that duration I will write duration, that is a maximum duration of our song, then our duration. Then we will convert this duration into seconds by using the in seconds there. Then after, basically want the double value from us, so we have to just convert this into double value, so we can use it by doing this method to double. Also this is for this value we'll assign the position here to our value, and its position, and we'll tap into the in seconds there also, and we'll convert into double there. Okay, so we are set our code there, and if I restart my app there, then I can see, okay, so we got our app, and it's our slider get assigned to zero value because the minimum value is zero, and the maximum value, it will calculate all the maximum value of our song and assign to it, and the value that is the current position is the zero value. So I will play my song, and as you can see our slider start working, and it's get updating every time whenever the new values get updated to it. Also we can also slide this slider to change my song. Hello, 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 are you there,
Yes,
sir?
issue songs. Yes, yes,
Song is audible. Okay,
yes, yes.
so we have, okay, so we have just paused this song. We want to resume this, we want to click this button and we'll resume the song for us. Okay, so we got our app. Now we will add something. This is optional, you can also add this. So below that container, that is button, where our button resides, I will add a text visit there that will say what is going on with this song. So if the song is playing, is it paused or it is just playing. So for this I will use for this I will make a new string there, that is the display our status of a song. So I will use this string, then I will name it status, and let for the first time it is empty. So if we are not doing anything, we'll leave that status to be empty. Then let's assign that status to our text visit here. So status, we assign our status to that, and if we save, we got nothing here because our status is nothing, it's just empty. Okay, let's also wrap this status text with a center visit and add some styling to it. We have a style property. Let's go for the text style there. CY. And let's increase the font size here to be let's say 25.0. Save your file, and it's also is empty. Now it's time to add something to our status. So in our playing button there, we'll use the status state method because we want to add the state to our status code status there. Now in the status state we will add some state, and the state I'm going to add is status is equal to playing. Save your file, and if you save your file, you will get if I start click on this, we'll say that playing get displayed on the screen. Okay, Now it's time to add some status for pause. So let's add some status state again and set back the status to pause. Now it's time for our resume button. So I will just copy this because that's the same. Okay, add this extra curly braces. We do not need it. Save your file. And now one thing I want to add, that let me um, add a size box there. Mm, Spell it wrong. And let me go with the size with 20.0. Save your file. And now your status is displayed on the screen. If we click on this button, we get our status to be playing. And if we click on this button, the status is updated every time and it get paused. If you click on this button, the status gets changed and it's changed to playing. So this is what I am talking about. And let me add a single code more so that, and I will finish my app. Now, there is a little bit of problem in our app. Let's say we have a small device size here, and it may be a chance that our visits get overflow from our screen. So let me tell you, but let me told you what we mean. So let me add a container below our text visit there, and it has a height of, let's say, 300 pixels, and has a color of colors dot red there. Save your file. And now you can see um, we have yellow and black strips there, and basically it is saying that bottom overflow by 184 pixels. So our visits get out of the screen, and users with have a small device can may face this issue. So to solve this issue, there is a visit in Flutter that you can wrap your column visit with, and the visit is called single child scroll view. So I will write this my column visit with my single child scroll view. Save your file. And now you can see that the app get scroll all over the screen, and this may work on all the screen sizes that you want. And if they have the small screen size, they have the facility to scroll your app. If they have the perfect screen size of our app that we have assigned, that the height and width, then they will do not face any issues. So this is the point that I'm talking about. So by wrapping our column visit with the single child scroll view visit, we can get the functionality to scroll our app. So this is the point that I want to add. So I am not going to use this column visit. This is not very useful for us. So let me remove that container there. And at last we got our app up and running. It have all the functionalities that we want to play a song, to move our slider, pausing our song, and then resuming our song. So this is not the music player that is able to deploy it on our Play Store, but for learning we can use this. And through this app we have learned how we can add functionality to our app, how the dart functions as well as classes and constructor works. And for the first time, if you are seeing this, I will get a little bit of confusion of how this works. But if you code for the long time, you will get all the brief description about that. Also, this code will be available on GitHub, so you can also check it out there. I will provide the links if not, and you can also head to the GitHub there and search for my account there. So you can search for the I am Rishu Roy. This is my username, and there we have I have posted the um, I have posted my this app, that is music player app, that resides here. You can check the source code, how this code work, And for this, to install this code on your system, you can just click on this code button here, and then we have to there's a two way of doing that. You will get a command, that is you can just copy paste this command into your command prompt, and it will it will download that entire folder for you. Or you can just click on this download button, download zip button, and it will download entire folder for you. And if you got the downloaded folder, then you can just open this in your VS Code as well as in your Android Studio, wherever you prefer. And you have to click on a button that is that will always prompted you, that will say get dependencies. Click on that get dependencies button, and it will open the project for you. So this is the way of doing that. So I recommend you to, if you have a little bit of confusion, please check my code here, and you will get all the briefs, and all the confusions can get over that. Okay, so we have just completed our 2 day sessions, and I'm very thankful that you are here to listen me for such a long time. So over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Rishu, for this amazing session and the amazing projects that we created along with you. And that was a very great 2 day session we have completed. Hope you all, those who have joined, have learned about Flutter. And like and subscribe, like the stream and subscribe to the channel. We will continue to bring more such streams. And please join these Telegram groups so that you can so that you will get all the notifications about all the streams that we will be having in the future. Thank you.